Let's talk a little bit about the top four in this finals format, because obviously with the Rebels Act, we had a change of format for this year. Last year it was a top 8 pure quarterfinal setup. Now we've got a top 6 where 1 plays 6, 2 plays 5, 3 plays 4, and then the top 3 winners go through, and then the fourth, the best of the losers according to the table before you went into that qualifying final, gets the 4th spot. So it's a slightly, confusing system in a way, and you do wonder what's going on. We also have the interesting idea now that the 3rd v 4th game is the last game of the weekend, and so if both 1 and 2 win their games, then 3 v 4 doesn't matter. Both of those teams are going through no matter what, which is kind of crazy. They're just fighting to see whether you're going to Hamilton or Christchurch, if that's the way that it plays out. On top of that, if you are the Chiefs and you lose and you are the 4th place qualifier because you're the best of the losers, they still get a home semi-final, which is amazing.
That's the only bit I don't like.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just think you should drop out and it's the next. I like that consistency throughout the season will be rewarded with rather than going to 8, an 11 competition, taking it to 6, and then having the highest loser still making a semi. I like it because it rewards that consistency.
Garth Thomas sent through an email. He's a Kiwi/Chiefs fan living in Japan. He says, given your statistics last week about home ground advantage in finals footy not being massive, would the below formula be better or fairer? So, teams 1 and 2 advance straight to the semi-finals, he says. Team 3 and 6 play, and team 4 and 5 play for the other 2 semi-final spots. Do you like that? 1 and 2, straight through to the semis, the other 4 play off for the chance to go to the semis.
Yeah, I think so.
I like it, but I think we need the games.
Yeah. I know that's how they do it in Japan. And that's how Richie Mo'unga, they had a rest. So you're rewarding a team with a bit of an off week, which can be an advantage, having an off week, but it can also, you might lose, that game momentum if you do have a bit of momentum going into those games. So, look, I think it's a pretty fair way of doing it. It's pretty clear cut, isn't it? But as the other way is a little bit confusing, I think, for the first time. But we'll see how it goes this year.
Yeah, I mean, the McIntyre system in the NRL has been confusing for some time, but it's been around so long that we're now no longer confused by it.
No, and again, it rewards the top 4. They get an opportunity to play for that week off, and then the bottom 4. Look, I think it makes sense, but understanding, you've got to understand where Super Rugby, the position they are put in, losing the Rebels. Obviously, they'd signed broadcast deals that had a certain amount of games that they needed to fulfil. Yeah. So
hands are tied.
This is well, not hands are tied, but they needed the game. Yeah. Basically, so what I'm trying to say is, obviously, broadcast deals come up, and then obviously getting comfortable with a potential new amount of games. Can provide the opportunity for that simplicity.
So we've got another suggestion through from Mike Scudder via email. He says, looking at the outcome for the finals had me thinking, mainly because the Crusaders appear to have an easier final than the Chiefs. Wouldn't it be tasty if the top of the table could choose any of the lower 5 teams? And once the decision is locked in, 2nd place then chooses and 3rd place then chooses who you want to play. You could put it live on television, there'd be plenty of drama, not to mention a chip on the shoulder of the person who's been chosen. And then there's always the curveball of if you decided to choose a top 3 team rather than a bottom 3 team out of the people who've come into it. What do you think?
Imagine if you picked a top 3 team, you're literally taking a home playoff away from them.
Yeah, it would add to it. The Chiefs looking and say, let's not try and knock the Crusaders out, and then we might have it, if we do knock them out, we might have an easier run into the final. But it's pretty. It could also backfire.
It could backfire because I think the chip on the shoulder. If you choose, you say the Chiefs chose the Reds. Yeah, that gives a lot of edge and motivation. Yeah. For the Reds to go, okay, you wanted to pick us?
Hypothetically, you were the Chiefs. Which team would you choose?
Go for the Reds then.
Reds?
Yeah.
I think the Blues are still a threat. You'd want to knock them out. They struggled against the Reds too at home, the Chiefs. And they lost, obviously, the year before in New Plymouth. Just thinking logically. I think every team has a team they struggle against. I'd go the Blues.
Well, did put a chip on the shoulder of the Blues as well.
It's already there. It's well and truly there.
But the shoulders are now balanced.
So you're going, right, let's go.
Yeah. Logic would suggest.
Yeah, it's interesting thinking, and I would love the television experience. I mean, I'd love to see drafts, love to see that kind of stuff actually play out. If you had them all in a room sitting around a table, and it's a different story.
Take a home playoff away from a team. If you've got that much power,
it would add to it, wouldn't it?
It definitely would.
Especially if all the captains are around and you just, right, I want to take you on, mate.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.